Welcome to the Football Encyclopedia, and today we're going to be talking about the possible dark horses of the World Cup. But before we get into this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this where we talk about football history, football now, and future prospects. Dark horses are a common occurrence in tournaments, such as 1966 North Korea made it to the quarterfinals, 2002 South Korea made it to the semis, and 2002 also Turkey made it to the semis. So I'm going to start this video with the hosts, Qatar, which might be a surprise that Qatar are on this list. But first of all, they won the Asian Cup in 2019, which shouldn't be ignored, as they beat out the likes of Japan. They finished third in the Arab Cup to some North African nations, which is incredible for them, as they're only ranked 50th in the world. And also have them here because they're at home, so they have home advantage. And the top player, Ali, he's a good striker for them, and maybe he can strike some goals for them in the World Cup. The next team also in Group A, and that team is Ecuador. Ecuador finished on top of the likes of Paraguay, Peru, and Colombia and Chile in the qualifiers, which shouldn't be slept on also, because these teams are solid teams in South America. And in the qualifiers as well, they drew against Argentina and Brazil in their games, which are two top teams in the qualifiers. And in recent friendlies, they've beaten Mexico and Japan. They have a few key players, Plata and Casido from Brighton. The next team on the list are also in Group A, that's Senegal. They won the AFCON in 2021, beating out Egypt, and also beat Egypt in the qualifiers. They're a really solid team. They're currently ranked 18th in the world, which is a really good ranking, top 20. They have the likes of Mendy, the goalkeeper, Koulibaly, Ismaila Sarr, and they're missing out Mane, unfortunately, due to injury, which is quite recent news. Into Group B, this could be possible on Iran. They're currently ranked top 20 in the world, and this might be a shout, as in 2018 they finished third in a group to Portugal and Spain, only losing by 1 point to Portugal, and they drew against them in the last game 1-1. They beat out the top in the World Cup group, South Korea. And in September, they beat Uruguay in a friendly, which shouldn't be slept on either, and also drew against Senegal. They're led by the likes of Tarami, who is at FC Porto, so maybe they could be a team to watch out for. Another Group B team, which has two more I have on this list, USA. USA currently ranked 16th. They're looking good, as they beat Mexico twice, first in the Gold Cup and second in the Nations League, which shows they possibly have taken over Mexico's dominance in North America for the moment. As normally Mexico will be dominating North America, then the US were just there. They have a problem though. Their manager might be their problem, as he isn't that good. Some decisions he's decided to do, such as not picking Pepe, which might be a bit controversial. They lost to Japan 2-0 on a friendly, which could be a bit of a problem for them, as they might be missing key players, such as the defense isn't the best either. The strongest players are the likes of Pulisic, who isn't on the best form at Chelsea at the moment, and Reina, who's currently at Dortmund. Both two really good players if they could play to their full potential at the moment. Okay, now it's my last team from Group B, Wales. Wales are currently ranked 19th in the world. They drew against Belgium in the Nations League. Belgium are a high-ranked team in the world. Belgium are quite good, as we all know. Semi-final in the last World Cup. Although they did finish last place in the Nations League, they finished second in their World Cup qualifiers. They beat the likes of Austria and Ukraine, two solid teams, and they finished second in the Euro group, only to Italy, who ended up winning it and lost in the round of 16. So maybe they could be good, maybe they couldn't. We'll never know. They have the likes of Gareth Bale in their team. Could he step up for the World Cup? Maybe they might look to win something, and as it's their first World Cup since 1958, which is a really long time. Okay, next up is ranked number 10th, the European team Denmark. Denmark are really looking good coming into the World Cup. They finished like in top 4 in the Euros, making up to the semi-final, being the final 4, which is impressive for them. They also topped their World Cup qualifier group. And in the Nations League, they finished second in their group. And they beat France 2 times in the Nations League, which is quite impressive. And Eriksen's looking to come back in the team after his cardiac arrest he had. And he's looking and he's improving even more. Maybe they'll be motivated to get through. As they're in the group with France, maybe they can beat them again. Maybe they can get further as they did in the Euros. But this is the world stage, which is a bit different. We'll see what happens. Getting into Group B, the group of death, with Costa Rica, Japan, Germany, and Spain. I have Japan as a possible dark horse. Japan are a really impressive team, as they're always consistent in the World Cup. They've got to the round of 16 in the last World Cup, losing to Belgium, which was a shame. When they were winning in that game, then Belgium came back in the last minute. They finished runners-up in the Asian Cup to Qatar. They finished second in their qualifier. They're looking a bit out of form, but they did beat US in the friendly. But I believe that they'll improve in the World Cup as they'll come. They always have a solid defense led by the likes of Tomiyasu. And they've got Doan from PSV and Takefusa Kubo, who's in Spain at the moment. Heading into Group G, we got Serbia. Serbia finished on top of their group. They're ranked 21st in the world. They finished top of their group with Portugal in. They beat Portugal also. And they're looking better than ever. They also got promoted to League A in the Nations League. And they're led by the likes of Tadic and Mitrovic, who's a good scorer for them. And he's doing good in the Premier League at the moment. He's quite underrated striker too. Okay, so last team in Group G, Switzerland. Switzerland finished on top of their World Cup qualifiers to Italy, the European champions. And they got to the quarterfinals of the Euros, and they ended up beating France in the Euros too, which is a crazy feat. They're currently ranked 15th in the world. They're led by the likes of Granit Xhaka, Akanji, Shaqiri, and Soma, who's a really solid keeper. Last team is Ghana. I might be being a bit biased here, as I do have Ghanaian heritage. But what I've seen from them, I see a bit of potential. Although they rank 61st, rankings are not the best way. As an example, you can take Belgium. They were ranked first. They were a good team, but they didn't deserve that top ranking. But rankings are roughly how they're doing. Like, Ghana 61st, the reason they're there is in the last few years they haven't been that good. But now they have a new coach, Otto Addo, who was in Germany before they got him in. And you've got Chris Hughton in the backroom staff. And they're starting to look good. They've picked up the likes of Tariq Lamptey and Inaki Williams. And they tried to get Hudson-Odoi in, but they couldn't get that out. Maybe they can get him in the future. But anyway, they beat Nigeria in the qualifiers, our biggest rivals. It's quite crazy, because I had no faith in them for that game. Then in the recent friendly, we beat Switzerland 2-0, which might be potential that we're looking better than ever, because at the start of the year when we played the AFCON, we lost in the group stages, which was not a good result. We lost to the likes of Comoros, which was an embarrassing game, but that was before we got a new manager. So maybe now we can get out of the group, maybe get revenge on Uruguay after they made us upset in 2010, which was unlucky. And maybe we can beat Portugal, maybe get revenge on them for 2014 when they beat us. But that game was only a 1-0 game. It was unlucky too. If we won that, maybe we could have got through. But let's see how we do But our group isn't easy either, as we got South Korea in it. Like South Korea, they're a bit unpredictable. I can't tell how they'll do in it. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Hopefully you want to see more World Cup videos. I'll try and make World Cup history videos potentially. And comment in the comment section more potential dark horses you think could be dark horses in the World Cup. And I'll see you in the next video.